They say heartbreak can kill you, but nobody tells you it can turn you into a monster first. The police lights reflected across the dark ocean while rescue teams searched the water below. A luxury yacht floated silently in the distance, stained with blood. One man had been shot. Several crew members had jumped into the sea to survive. And a woman named Vanessa Carter had vanished beneath the waves after trying to murder the man she once loved more than life itself. But the craziest part? Vanessa wasn't always dangerous. 20 years earlier, she was the kind of woman every man prayed for: loyal, hardworking, loving, and willing to sacrifice everything for the people she cared about. Unfortunately, that became the exact reason her life was destroyed. It all started back in college. Vanessa was rushing across campus one rainy afternoon carrying books against her chest when she accidentally slammed into a tall young man walking around the corner. Books scattered everywhere. "Oh wow, I'm sorry," the man laughed while helping her pick them up. That was Marcus Hale. Tall, charming, intelligent. The type of man who could make you trust him within minutes. Vanessa noticed rolled up blueprints sticking out of his backpack. "What's all that?" she asked. Marcus smiled proudly. "My future." Over coffee later that evening, Marcus explained his dream. He was building a revolutionary energy battery that could change the world. "One day," he said confidently, "people are gonna know my name." Vanessa laughed softly. "You really believe that?" Marcus looked directly into her eyes. "I know it." And honestly, that confidence was what made her fall for him. At the time, Vanessa desperately needed someone to believe in. Her mother had recently died, leaving her emotionally broken and completely alone. Marcus became her comfort. He held her during sleepless nights, listened to her cry, promised he would never hurt her, and slowly, Vanessa gave him her whole heart. But love has a dangerous way of making people ignore red flags. One night, Vanessa decided to surprise Marcus with dinner at his camper van near campus. She smiled while walking toward the door holding takeout food. But the moment she stepped inside, her entire world collapsed. Marcus was in bed with another woman, a woman named Chloe. Vanessa froze completely. The food containers slipped from her hands onto the floor. Marcus jumped up instantly. "Vanessa, wait." But she couldn't hear anything anymore. All she felt was betrayal burning through her chest. She stormed outside shaking violently while Marcus chased after her begging for forgiveness. But Vanessa completely lost control. She jumped into her car, started the engine, and slammed directly into the camper van. The crash nearly killed her. When Vanessa woke up days later inside a hospital bed, doctors gave her devastating news. Her injuries were severe. She would never be able to have children. Vanessa cried harder than she ever had in her life. And somehow, Marcus still convinced her to stay. He sat beside her hospital bed every day apologizing endlessly. "I swear I'll spend my life making this right," he promised. Against all logic, Vanessa forgave him. Not because he deserved it, but because she loved him too much to let go. A year later, they got married. Vanessa truly believed the worst was finally behind them. She had no idea her suffering was only beginning. Years passed. Marcus became completely obsessed with his invention. Every day he locked himself inside the garage working on wires, batteries, and machine parts while Vanessa worked non-stop trying to support them both. She worked double shifts, paid every bill, handled every emergency. Meanwhile, Marcus kept saying the same thing over and over. "Just trust me a little longer. We're close. This invention is gonna change our lives." At first Vanessa believed him. Then 5 years passed. Then 10. Then almost 20. Still nothing changed. The bills kept piling up. Debt collectors called constantly. Sometimes the electricity got cut off because they couldn't pay. Vanessa came home exhausted every night while Marcus continued chasing his dream. Her sisters hated him. Especially Brenda. "That man is using you," Brenda warned repeatedly. But Vanessa always defended him. "You don't understand him." Deep down though, even she was getting tired. One evening Marcus burst through the front door smiling excitedly. "I finally got a meeting with a major investor." For the first time in months, Vanessa felt hope. Marcus explained that billionaire businessman Leonard Prescott wanted to see the battery prototype. Vanessa immediately supported him. She even spent the last of her mother's insurance money helping Marcus prepare for the meeting. But things quickly fell apart again. Marcus skipped an important delivery job for Vanessa's family business because he was too focused on impressing Prescott. Her family exploded with anger. Then everything got worse when Brenda found Chloe's wallet inside Marcus's truck. The same woman Marcus cheated with years earlier. Vanessa's stomach dropped instantly. "You're seeing her again?" she asked quietly. Marcus tried explaining. "She works for Prescott now. That's all." But Vanessa no longer trusted anything he said. Days later, Prescott offered Marcus a massive amount of money for the invention. Vanessa thought their nightmare was finally ending. But Marcus refused the deal because he wanted better terms. That decision destroyed something inside Vanessa. After nearly 20 years of sacrifice, she finally snapped. "You care more about your stupid dream than me," she screamed. Marcus begged her not to give up on him. But Vanessa was done. She filed for divorce and forced him out of the house. Marcus left quietly carrying only a few boxes and his invention. Vanessa watched him drive away feeling angry, but also strangely broken. Then life played its cruelest joke. Only months after the divorce, Prescott accepted Marcus's demands. Marcus became unbelievably rich overnight. News channels suddenly called him a genius inventor worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Vanessa couldn't believe it. After everything she sacrificed, success came the moment she walked away. A few days later Marcus visited her at work wearing an expensive suit. Co-workers stared in shock as he handed Vanessa a check worth millions of dollars along with the deed to her mother's fully restored house. "I told you I'd make it," he said softly. But Vanessa didn't want the money. She wanted the years back. She wanted the life she sacrificed. Later that night, Vanessa drove to Marcus's luxury penthouse hoping maybe they still had a chance. But when the door opened, Chloe stood there smiling in a silk robe with a giant diamond ring on her finger. And behind her was the luxurious life Vanessa had spent 20 years suffering for. Then Chloe gently rubbed her pregnant stomach. That moment shattered Vanessa completely. After that night, her anger became obsession. She stalked Marcus and Chloe online daily. Every vacation photo felt like torture. Every smile from Chloe filled Vanessa with rage. She sued Marcus for part of the fortune but lost the case completely. Marcus and Chloe got restraining orders against her. But Vanessa no longer cared. She secretly destroyed Chloe's wedding dress with acid. She pushed away her family. Stopped listening to reason. Eventually Marcus and Chloe left for their honeymoon aboard a luxury yacht. That night Vanessa secretly boarded the boat carrying a gun. Music played softly across the deck while the couple celebrated under the stars. Then suddenly, bang! Marcus collapsed after the gunshot ripped through his stomach. Chloe screamed in terror. Crew members jumped into the ocean trying to survive. Vanessa stepped forward shaking with rage. "You gave her my life," she screamed. Marcus crawled backward bleeding heavily. "Vanessa, please." But the woman he once loved was gone. Only anger remained. Vanessa grabbed an axe from the emergency wall and chased him across the rain-soaked deck. During the struggle, Marcus accidentally slammed against the emergency anchor release. The massive chain exploded across the deck at terrifying speed. Suddenly it wrapped around Vanessa's ankle. Her eyes widened in horror. Before she could escape, the giant anchor crashed into the dark ocean dragging her violently overboard. The sea swallowed her within seconds. And just like that, Vanessa Carter disappeared forever, consumed by the bitterness she could never let go of.
If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more.